Okay, hello. I'm gonna be covering. Yes, I'll be covering a few things tonight. For one, happiness is a drug. If you get overly happy, you'll want to crave that feeling more and more. The more you feel it, it's a chemical reaction your body makes naturally. And whenever you get a feeling like you see somebody hit a like on your page or something, you get a rush of feelings of happiness, like a euphoria. For one, that rush of euphoria, if you feel that too many times, you can get addicted to it like drugs, and you could want crave it more and more and more, and things like want to feel that feeling again. And that's basically the same feeling that drug addicts get. You can get addicted to that feeling of love and overly happiness. It's not healthy for humans to be happy all the time. Let's just put it this way. That's why Hitler always stood in front of big crowds and things, people, and his people always loved him, and he liked that feeling, and that's why he did the evil things he did. That's why other people do the evil things they do. Um, Elon Musk doesn't like it when people tell him no. That means he's like that. People who don't understand or never felt unhappiness or have always been happy, and whenever people tell them no and they get like a really negative like side effect feeling, like how Elon Musk did this past week, that means they're addicted to the feeling of euphoria from the happiness feelings. That's what Hitler became. Hitler became a monster that killed people worldwide, and that was the reason why. It was because he felt a feeling of euphoria, and he tried to take over the world and create a one world government because of that reason. Now, people who support one world governmentship, that is why they support it, because they want to be in control of people, so they can have those feelings of euphoria when they feel happy and loved and things by the people. They do it specifically for that feeling. That is an evil, sinful feeling. You're not supposed to feel that way. That is very unhealthy to feel that way. That's how the CCP was created. The CCP was risen from years of abuse. See, you don't want population to be overly happy, but you don't want them to be unhappy as well. See, what we got here in the U.S. is the Democrats want everybody to be happy, like the CCP, and we got half the population in America who wants to be overly happy and joyful and things, and then whenever people disagree with them, they get mad and things. That's because they're addicted to their own happiness, their own drug their body makes naturally and sends to their chemical brain, telling them that, hey, you're addicted to this and you need to continue to feel it to be happy or to feel good, or otherwise you'll be very unhappy and very agitated and mad. Well, those people who actually are like that are addicted to the feelings, their feelings. They're being controlled. They don't even realize they're being controlled. As far as goes things, the economy. Now, I just watched Fox News. They're total BS. Like, they don't even, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about with the ice rates and things. Now, we got a case here. Like I said, I'm going to explain why Rome fell. Rome fell because they used slave labor. It was cheaper, and they needed workers and things. But they used so much of it, they put most of their population into homeless camps. A bunch of them became homeless. They couldn't spend money in their economy, the Rome's economy anymore. And a whole bunch of them became homeless. And their economy started to collapse, and they couldn't pay for soldiers and things to keep the homelessness in check at that point. And because the slave workers never got money, and their owner got all the money, and they were rich. They were like super rich, like wealthy, and they never spent that much money. They hoarded that money, like in banks and stuff. And the government couldn't pay for soldiers anymore and keep the homeless population and the people and their civilians in check. And their population was so mad at them over it, they rebelled. They killed the slaves, and they killed anyone who supported slave labor. That's why Rome, their economy collapsed. Now, That is what the Democrats are pushing. They're pushing cheap labor immigration. Most of these immigrants are sending their money back home. They are. They're sending their money to other countries back home. They're not spending enough money in the U.S. economy. That's why our homeless people are. We got rapid homeless people right now. That's why, because there's just not enough jobs. There's not enough jobs to go around. And if farmers want workers, they should go around to some of these homeless camps and offer them a job and offer them a place to live on their farm to work their farm. But they're not doing that. They're doing the complete opposite in hiring cheap labor workers. The farmers aren't reaching out to the proper communities where they need to go and get workers. And they're hiring cheaper labor that are sending all their money back home, their wages back home. Now, then the farmers sell their goods to the store. But if those stores don't have enough customers to sell those goods, most of them will rot and they'll have to throw them out. And then they will have to either fire or not stop buying the amount of goods. That will decrease the amount of buyers the farmers have. That'll decrease the number of farms that America will have worldwide, all through America, because farmers will go bankrupt because they can't sell their goods. That's what the U.S. is in the state of. See, we have so many homeless people, and we don't have. The reason why they're homeless is because of all the cheap labor. And the stores can't sell enough goods and a bunch of it rots. The reason why a bunch of it rots is because they don't have enough buyers. The reason they don't have enough buyers is because there's not enough jobs for the homeless people and things. The reason why people are homeless is because there's not enough jobs because they're giving it to the immigrants. And that's why our economy is in a state of decay. It's the same thing that happened in Rome. Like I said, the more that they continue to allow legal immigrants take the American jobs, and the farmers don't reach out to the proper people they need to get proper workers and things, the more the economy will degrade. To a point where it's going to become like Rome, where people are going to have enough of it at one point. They're going to rebel against the government. They're going to kill all the illegal immigrants, and then they're going to kill the people who supported it. That's what's going to happen here in America. And it's a powder keg waiting to go off at this point, and it's destabilizing the entire country. And if America does not stop allowing illegal immigrants to work these jobs, eventually Americans are going to rebel and start killing these people. And that is not a joke. That's not a joke. Americans are pissed with you all and have been for years. This is going to explode into a powder keg where people are going to start killing these people because the leaders and the leaders are going to be targeted too. You do not want this to happen. This is what happened in Rome 2,000 years ago. If this continues, if illegal immigrants continue to take American jobs for building houses, who do you think is going to buy the house if they're homeless? If Americans cannot get jobs, who do you think is going to buy those houses? You think the illegal immigrants are going to buy them? No, they're not. They only got a bunch of rich people who are hoarding billions of dollars. Like, billions of dollars. They're not spending enough to support the economy, to boost it up. We have billionaires all across the United States, but they're not spending enough in the right places to boost the economy. They're only spending money on rich, fancy outings. They're only helping the rich. And those rich people are only spending with each other. So that means they're not helping the little guys. That means they're downgrading the economy. They're making it worse. You guys do not understand what the fuck is going on in America. None of you do. None of you fucking experts understand a damn thing. You're only making things worse. Stop lying to American people and to the world. You're literally making things worse. That's all I got to say for this matter. I think I totally agree with what ICE is doing, by the way. Because if we don't kick these people out of America, there won't be an America in the future. Someday in the near future, there won't be an America anymore. Because eventually people are going to rebel, they are going to kill these immigrants, and they are going to go after all the political leaders who support this crap. Just like what happened in Rome. And people have had enough of this crap for years now. And we got so many fucking hundreds of thousands of homeless people all across the United States. They don't like these immigrants because they want to work jobs, but they can't because of all the immigrants. We gotta get these people the fuck out of here before fucking something bad really happens. That's all I got to say.